In this video, we're going to take a look at several wrist stretches that should be done prior to every upper body training session. And the reason why we're doing this, guys, is we're trying to reduce some of the stiffness in our wrists. This will help us get an increased range of motion and prepare our body safely for the demands of the gymnastics rings. So the first stretch is palms flat on the ground, rocking forward and back slightly. You want to maintain a forward lean and keep tension on your wrists. It'll be a bit uncomfortable to start with, but the stiffness will reduce as you do more reps. The next one, we're opening up our flexors and increasing our range of motion in wrist extension with our fingers pointing towards our knees. Next up, we're going to have our hands facing outwards and we're going to lean towards one side, rocking backwards and forwards. After that, you're going to swap sides. This just helps to load one wrist more at a time to increase the stretch in this position. Now, in terms of amount of reps to do when it comes to stretching your wrist, I'd say a minimum of 10 reps. Me personally, I don't like to actually count. I just do it for as long as I feel necessary to open up my wrist in the given stretch that I'm doing. So use that as an opportunity to get your mind right, focus on what you're about to do in your training session, and just feel your body opening up with each rep. When you're doing these wrist stretches, make sure that your elbows are kept straight and always do the stretches under control. So don't move your body into a position that feels unsafe or that is causing pain. So with stretching, you always want to go into some mild discomfort, but not pain. The movement you're looking at here is called ulnar and radial deviation. Why we're doing these movements with our wrist is because, especially with the gymnastics rings, it's going to force your wrist into positions that it's not usually used to. So we want to prepare our wrist for the demands of the gymnastics rings. What you're looking at here are just some push-ups on the back of your hand. This is just going to help strengthen your wrists as well as stretch your extensors. A commonly neglected aspect of wrist mobility is stretching the fingers. So as you do this one, make sure that you come up onto your fingers whilst maintaining a forward lean to achieve the stretch sensation. After you've gone through this sequence, roll your wrist clockwise, then anti-clockwise, just to help loosen it up. And the final stretch I like to do is just sitting up nice and tall, grabbing the wrist and pulling the thumb away from the body.